Hello. Hope this is live now. Deadline soon. I'm just doing some data collection here. So, I kind of want to see if we get any changes here 1 hour before the deadline. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. The team. Yeah, this looks pretty good. The only thing is kind of captain, I guess. That is kind of gotta be the difficult thing, I think, for my team. I have the captain on Sala now. And who's gonna play Murillo or Richards? That is also gonna be something I have to figure out. But we're gonna bring in all the context and just see what we're gonna do here. So I think... Hello, my hobo. My Haub, Ali. Would you play Fulkrug or Porro? Ooh, that's a tough one, right? Both got really bad matchups, I think. I don't even know what I would do there. Do you think Spurs is gonna do a clean sheet against City? I don't. So if I had to choose, I would probably just go for the attacker. It's just more fun. But I guess it's up to you. Hello, Dean. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm just gathering the latest. So yesterday I did a video and I gathered kind of the videos. So now I did like a new run because there's usually a lot of videos up to deadline. Something about Frimpong being injured, I think. And yeah, that has been since there's no Europe. There's not a lot happening in the midweek yet, I guess. Why not go Watkins or Pedro as captain, says Stanley. For my team, we are kind of on a different strategy. Stanley. But if you kind of wanted to take a chance, I guess Watkins could be interesting. We're gonna see what captain I'm gonna pick, or like the system we have set up is gonna pick later. It'll be interesting to see if the agent has a change in thought progress for making a transfer, or it will remain the same. Yeah, I don't see like any big issues with the current team, so it's gonna be interesting. So we have updated our context here, so I'm just gonna take a quick look. Did it save this as Game Week 2 final? Okay. So I think this is pretty good. So I'm gonna just rename that, I guess, to context JSON. Just because I want coherent naming here. This can go... I did try to update the prices. So we should be pretty set on prices if we search for Tijani Rangers. You can see he has 5.6. I don't think he has risen anymore. Thoughts on Malen? Haven't really followed him too much. It's a bit early, but I guess you know more in a few weeks. I kind of like him as a player, I guess. So I want to take a quick look. So you can see I gather a lot of context now, so I'm just going to do a compact here. Just to summarize this, and then I'm going to look at the context we gathered. So yeah, we have all the transcripts. Fringmon, so you can see we still have some issues with naming. That's just the YouTube's transcripts that are so bad. So if this is going to be an issue, I have to code my own transcript engine, I think. Frimpong? Is that his name? I don't even know. I think it's Frimpong. Frimpong, is it? Yeah, so I think we got some good context here. I wanted to see if there's anything about captains. Captaincy, hive mind. So a lot of people is ranking Saka as the #1 captain, Haaland and Salah, then Palmer. I kind of wanted to do Watkins is famous for constancy, not explosive. Yeah, I haven't captained Watkins so much. Is he like a hat-trick player? Maybe not. He's more like a one goal assist player, I think. So I want to kind of do some adjustments today on the captaincy input. We have this poll scraping, right? But I want to weigh the poll results. So I think I want to weigh the poll results and the consensus from kind of the context. Weigh the poll results. I think we're gonna do 50% with hive mind context captaincy, right? I think I want to weigh the poll result and the kind of the expert poll 50-50 here. So that was kind of my plan. Okay, so we've done the compact. So I think we're just gonna get started because I can see, yeah, there's an hour left still. But I kind of want to do the tier lists again, just for today. There shouldn't be much difference. So that's gonna be a /def. So this is gonna trigger our, yeah, this. Read context, create a tier list of all the defenders. So if there are any people in the chat, who are you guys going for captain tonight? I think captain is kind of the big thing, at least for my team. If you are on Saka, Haaland, it's probably a bit easier. But this team has like Salah, Palmer. It's probably gonna be between Salah and Palmer. Yusuf, you're going for Salah, okay. I think it's either gonna be Salah or Palmer. We're just gonna see. It kind of depends on the poll and kind of the Minecraft stuff. Josh says it's gonna be Haaland for me. Yeah, I would definitely go Haaland if I have him. I don't think too many people has Saka, maybe. But if you have Saka, probably I would have done him, right? Okay, so we did a tier list for midfield. Any changes here? Van Dijk is on top. I'm not quite 100% sure why. I think the issue here is that we are reading the FPL team. Let me try to run this without doing that. I think there are some poison. I don't think we should do that. I think that's a bad idea. Let me try to rerun that without reading our team. Because that kind of poisons the data a bit. Palmer a bit dodgy, playing further back and not scoring in open play. Yeah, he hasn't been too good. Josh says he has both Haaland and Saka. So if I had Saka and Haaland, I would probably go for the midfielder. Just because they get more points and they could get. But it's pretty 50-50, I guess. Right. Liverpool don't have a right back now. So might play Gomez. I don't know if I will make Salah better or not. Yeah, could be a bit of struggle on the right side for Liverpool. So yeah. I agree with that. Okay, so there wasn't much of a difference here. Okay. So let's look at the tier list now. Van Dijk, Gabriel are kind of high rated. I think just Van Dijk is high up here because of the DEFCON. Honestly, don't like Frimpong with Salah. Yeah, he is kind of new to the squad though. So it could be interesting to see. Saliba has come up to tier 2 for this round. Porro is still quite high up. But this isn't only for Game Week 2. It's also like a bit forward. But you can see Gabriel is really high rated on Game Week 2 just because of the home game against Leeds. Murillo is quite high. There's a bug here, I think. So in the context, there's something that Elliot Anderson is a defender. Chris Richards, we have Kukurea. Right. Yeah, Joseph, I don't think this is taken into consideration too much going forward. Because the data we collect is basically... It's basically from the last week. And I think Gabriel is here because there have been some injuries at a few players. So there was probably a lot of talk around him. But Arsenal defenders are a really good option this weekend. And I think they're going to have a really good defense anyway. So we have value is Steve. Burnley 4.0, that's good value. Is he really 4.0? That's crazy. Frimpong must sell. Hamstring injury confirmed. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Let's clear this. And let's do the midfield run. I think I'm gonna remove this reading our team here. I think that's just gonna... I don't think that's a good idea. So let's do the midfield here. So there's just a few things. Would you play Dubravka over Sanchez? I don't think so. I think Sunderland did pretty good at home, scoring 3 goals. away to Burnley. I don't think I would play Dubravka. Some people are probably gonna do that, but I'm gonna stay with Sanchez, I think. Or not me, but I think it's gonna be Sanchez. So let's do the midfield tier list. And I'm gonna do the forward. And then I'm gonna kind of run the full thing. And it's gonna be interesting to see about the captaincy. And after we have run kind of the final, where we're gonna look at if there's gonna be any transfers or stuff, I thought about doing some questions just to see what we get back. I thought that could be pretty interesting. I also wanted to kind of check, is there any late rumors here on Reddit? So I'm going to do hot. I'm not on X now. I guess it's a bit... Slobosai as right back versus Newcastle, says Lars. What do you think about that? So that's gonna be up against, maybe not Gordon, but like Harvey Barnes and stuff. It could be a rough game for Liverpool on the right side there. So Salah... Salah could have some issues. We'll see. Early team news. I could have a look. I'm not 100% sure where to check it. I would like to know if Pedro was starting, but I think he is. I don't think Jackson is ready, is it? I guess there's another striker, but this is some good news for City at least. Foden and Rodri are ready to play. At least Rodri, that's a big one, right? I don't understand this Isaac thing. It's strange. It's a bit strange, the whole thing. Okay, so we are almost done with this. I'm just gonna check the... Oh, what the hell happened here? Semenyo, Florian Wirtz, Rangers, Saka. Yeah, Saka's rated high this week, of course. So while I wait for that, I'm just gonna start a forward run. Some people ask me in the comment if I pay like API prices for this. But it's not, it's like a set Claude plans. So I just pay. I have this this subscription here, so I pay like $100 a month. But some people thought I spent like hundreds of dollars on this, but it's just 100 per month. So it's not too bad. I use it for coding too, so it's pretty okay value actually. Running on this Claude code with Anthropic. It's more of a, yeah, deal app. But didn't Joao Pedro have like a very good preseason? Would be strange if he was benched now, but I guess you never know. I wouldn't think so, right? Seems a bit strange. So Semenyo, he's a pretty interesting option this week, I guess. He's got a good home fixture against Wolves. So if I was like on a free hit or something, I would probably pick Semenyo. Eze, I don't think I would. It says transfer to Arsenal confirmed. So it could be interesting player at Arsenal. He's not 5.5 though, that's for sure. What is the price of Eze? 7.5 if he gets like a... If he goes to Arsenal and he kind of plays every single game from start, he's gonna be a really good pick, right? If he went to Spurs, he would have maybe gotten even more playtime. But it's gonna be interesting anyway. Richarlison, is he leaving? I don't think so. Rangers is transferred in by 1 million managers this week. Typical game week 1 knee jerk. Okay, so Watkins is still kind of highly rated for this game week. Gyökeres is like a 9 or like a 7, 8 out of 10. Basically because of the good fixtures. And FP Focal said his minutes gonna be boosted because of the Havertz injury. Yeah, that's probably true. Is he gonna lose penalties to Saka? I think Gyökeres is gonna take the penalties. Haaland is great this week. Pedro is still up there, but he needs to do something tonight, I think. Strand Larsen, I think he could be a good pick this. Is he 7.5? I think the prices here are wrong. 6.5. Yeah, we don't count the prices here. So yeah, not a lot here to get. So I think I'm just ready to kind of run the full thing now and see about the captains and stuff, because there's just 30 minutes till deadline. So I'm just gonna do FPL GW2. Just gonna double check something. The polling here looks good. But is that data somewhere else here? Frazzle says Semenyo has a good run of games, now Liverpool out of the way. Rogue captain pick. Yeah, if you have him, that could be a very interesting one, right? But there's gonna be a different game. Home versus a team that is lying low. I watched the Liverpool game, and the back line of Liverpool was like on the midfield. So he got a lot of space in behind. So he might not get that much space in the next game. But we'll see. I have to move this, I think. poll. Yeah, we can't have this. Other than that, I think it's pretty okay. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run this. Or maybe I should do like a quick update here. And let's do /FPL GW2. And let's see now. I'm kind of excited to see what is gonna be the captain pick. That is something I'm wondering about. So we're gonna read our files, tier system. We're gonna confirm our squad, look at the poll, then we're gonna look at the individual positions. And we have some transfer recommendations and final budget validation. So I had thought about like if the system suggests some rogue transfer, I might like run it twice because large language models, these type of generative AI systems are kind of, they have like this non-deterministic side. So sometimes random things can happen. So if something very strange happens, I think I'm gonna run it twice. If you heard that. So I might but if it happens again, then I kind of have to go with it. So let's say I ran this now and the captain comes out to be something like, let's say we picked the captain was gonna be Rangers. Right? That is a bit strange. So if that happens, I think I'm gonna do it one more time. Or if you got something weird like Tarkovsky as the captain, then I think we're gonna run it, yeah, again, just to see. Because that is pretty strange. The same if you get like a strange transfer, if something like swapping out Pedro for Wood now. Yeah, it's a small sample size, but like large language models can do strange things by just luck of the draw, right? So if something like that happens, I think I don't have to run it twice. But I'm not saying if it's gonna pick Palmer for captain, then we're probably just gonna stick with it because that's not that is almost like a 50-50. So I'm not gonna change that. This was really slow. I wonder if it stopped here. I'm gonna give it some more time. This can lag sometimes. What transfers? Hello, Sia. It's deadline then and you're 30 minutes late again. Yeah, no problem. How do you determine when to use ships? Yeah, I was gonna talk about that, Lars. You didn't miss too much. Should I play Steve or Poro? I think I would go for just we had a look at kind of the tier list here is saying Steve, I think. That's a pretty good game, but what do you think, Aaron? Do you think Porro could keep a clean sheet versus City? He could, in theory, get like some offensive return, but it's gonna be tough. So I was wondering what I should do about, like Lars said, about chips. So I found something on this website. There is a poll down here that is called Game Week 2 Chip Poll. What chip will you be playing in Game Week 2? So I want to see how many, so you can see. I think I'm going to use this. So there was 1,600 votes on this site. And this is a pretty high signal site. It's not like casual players go here. And 70% says no chip. So I might try to implement something like this. Do you remember Porro hauling last season versus City? I guess he did, yeah. That's true. Okay, so this went pretty fast. So I'm gonna go back here just to see. So we verified our squad value. That is good. Wow, that's pretty shocking. So Palmer is second place on the Hivemind captain poll data. That's actually taken from here. So Palmer is 22%. So we are probably gonna captain Palmer then. It usually lands on this, but that's fine. And 14 points, that's good. Oh, I didn't think about this. This is pretty interesting. You can see what happens here. We have a budget crisis detected because Rangers has risen to 5.6. So now our squad costs over budget. This is of course a logical error. So I might have to fix that. That's a bit funny. I didn't think of that. Who to captain between Sala and like a differential like Rangers? Oh, that's tough. For my side, I will probably just do Sala, right? But the Rangers could be fun. Does the LLM give a point target projection for its pick? I think Poro gets Defcon versus Doku. And Rangers tomorrow getting... yeah, okay, I see what you mean. No, nothing like that. I haven't set it up to do that. Frassel. So this is probably gonna mess something up here. So I'm probably just gonna have to stop this and address. No worries. In FPL, when a player rises in price, you can have over budget. No problem. So I guess the the setup here didn't know that a player could rise in price and get over our calculated budget. That's pretty funny. So we probably have to rethink that, I think. That is something I have to put in. Hello, Ronaldo. The data I can show you. It's I have this set up here. So we do some data scraping or gathering from YouTube. So we do these 9 football channels here, or FPL channels on YouTube. So we gather 18 of the latest videos, turn them into text. That gives us a kind of a good chunk of unstructured data to work with. Will AI save that in memory? I could tell it to do that, but I think I'm just gonna mention it here on the budget section. Right. Important. If a player, if the budget is over 100 because a player has risen in price, it's valid. On points to win this year, expected to be getting a total of 3,000 points for a season. So 38 games, the average points to win 78 as target. Yeah, I don't really kind of get that points thing. FPL is not a game about points. It is sort of a game about points, but wow. The FPL points is a game, you're just comparing yourself to other players, what they got this round. And there some game weeks have a low score, like average 27, and some can have like average 70. So you're just competing against other players. You don't compete against a points ceiling, right? It's always compared to the guy next to you. Include that if Rangers is 5.6, the selling price is still going to be 5.5. Yeah, that's good, Josef. I can add that. Yeah, I take a note of that. Players can rise above their starting price. Okay, so let's take a look at our plan now. So here it is. Complete intelligent synthesis. It's so dramatic. Our hive mind verdict is at 96% confidence, whatever that means. Yeah, I don't have to go through this. I guess we can check. Captain consensus. If we are actually gonna captain Salah, Palmer is a strong vice captain. Gio 0 minutes confirmed by 95% of our data, but acceptable as pure bench fodder. Our captain strategy for Game Week 2 is going to be Salah over Palmer despite the community poll. Expert analysis favors Newcastle away fixture advantage. Okay. Transfer recommendation, hold squad. That's pretty good. No changes required. Squad represents peak hive mind alignment. Okay. Only cosmetic optimizations opportunities. Squad ready for Game Week 2 domination. What the hell? That was pretty funny. Yeah, Dean, I'm gonna update that. I think we're just gonna take it on as it happens. And like I said, I'm gonna add it in. Okay, so basically no changes and Salah captain. Quite boring, but sometimes boring is the correct way. We'll see. But we need to pick a starting 11 though. Right? So I'm gonna give the fixtures just for context. I think that's pretty cool. We can do that. God mode likes to be that. That's good for us all. We can ask about the rationale for not making any transfers, but let's just do the team pick while the signal is high. So I'm gonna grab a screenshot of this week's fixtures. Just gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste it in. Good. Now we need to pick a starting 11 from FPL team .md. Think hard and give your reasons for the picks. So I'm going to do that. We might just use the bigger model for this. Let's see. So I kind of just want to see, because we need to pick our starting 11. There are a few players I think is... So we're going to be Captain Salah. But Richards over Murillo, Porro over Tarkovsky, or Dubravka over Sanchez. That is kind of what I was thinking about. I think these are kind of the questions I need answer to for this team. If you look at the full poll here, you can see Haaland is slightly... So this week is a really tight captain. The reason Saka is probably so low is just because not many people own him. Many people have Palmer and Salah. A lot of people have both Haaland and Salah. So that's probably the reason, right? Okay. So here is the starting 11. So we're gonna do Sanchez, Van Dijk, Tarkovsky, Richards, Salah, Palmer, Rangers, Rodgers, Anderson. Okay. Van Dijk, Tarkovsky, Richards. Let me do that. Okay. Not that. Other than that, I think it's like this. Porro, Murillo, Guy. So I'm going to save that. Captain is going to be Salah. Okay. So I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to post it on YouTube. So now let's do that question. Why did you choose not to make any transfers this week? What was the rationale? Okay, so let me go to YouTube. And I'm just gonna switch to this. Let's do game week 2. Game week 2. Team. Game week 2. AI team locked in. Salah. I'm gonna plug the league. Join the mini league. We have a mini league. I'm gonna link it in the chat. I'm gonna do a price if you join. I guess you can just see it here. I might as well. Copy this. Right. So let's see here now. The reason for no transfers. Patient philosophy from experts. We have a kind of a very templated team. Hold Bruno, no transfers planned, says for Fantasy Football Hub. Don't panic on early blanks. Patience is key, says Focal. What would trigger transfers? Universal expert consensus against a player. Major injury, price drop protection. Okay, that's pretty interesting. A big template shift. None of these apply this week. No injuries, no price drops, no template shift. GUI situation, cosmetic issue only, okay? We have some considerations. We can try to upgrade to Strand Larsen for funding. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. So yeah, hold squad. I'm gonna link if you wanna join the mini league. I will do a prize. The winner is gonna get a prize. I haven't decided what yet though. So remember, just 10 minutes till deadline. So some questions I wanted to think about is let's do read. Not read. FPL team. Do you understand the price change versus budget dynamic? Right? That is pretty annoying. And someone said here, if a player drops in price too, I guess that is fine, but the issue we got into now was that it thought it was over budget. I'm gonna say good. Budget. Not here, but here. Command. Here. In FPL. In section, add one sentence to avoid this again. Okay, 9 minutes. I'm gonna double check. Sanchez, Van Dijk, Tarkovsky. Yeah, I think I did that, Joseph. So on the budget check, I have some slack on the downside. So it could be 99, right? Or 98.5. But I didn't think about the upside. I didn't think we could get over 100. That wasn't in my mind when I said this. So squad value can exceed 1 when on players' price rise. This is beneficial, not a violation. Yeah, I think that's fine. So West Ham Chelsea tonight, right? I think I might watch that game. Palmer, Pedro. Could be interesting. I wanted to see if there was any comments. I wanted to check. Comments. Some confusion between, yeah. I think I kind of covered all the comments so far. So yeah, I think we are kind of ready to go here. Let's do like an interesting question. What? Edward is on Palmer and Diouf tonight. Yeah, it could be interesting. Palmer and yeah, I guess you are like contradicting yourself there, but that's just the way it is, right? Diouf could be a threat on corners and stuff. Include that sales price may differ from the player's current purchase price. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I take a note of that. This price rise must exceed 0.2 before you get a 0.1 more buying power, though. Let's do that. Yeah, I think we just have to handle these situations when we get to them. It's not so easy to get everything up front. But I wanted to do like a points prediction finally. Use all context and FPL knowledge. Give your best guess at a points prediction this PL Game Week 2 weekend for our squad. So let's see what our system thinks about our players, the points prediction. Yeah, thanks for that, Joseph. It's good just to write it down, but some things we just have to deal with when it happens. So let's see if we get any points prediction. So I'm guessing if I'm gonna look at my team, I'm probably gonna guess Watkins is gonna have highest. Maybe like Watkins or maybe Salah because of the captaincy. I'm just gonna go Watkins, Salah, Palmer. So our system thinks Sanchez is gonna get 5 points. West Ham looked poor. 50% clean sheet chance, 2 saves likely. Hello, SA. Josh has a starting team. Sanchez, Murillo, Tarkovsky, Ranildo, Saka, Kudos, Palmer, Reinders, Doku, Pedro, plus Haaland. That looks good. I think that's a better team this week than what we have here. So good luck with that. I would just keep it like that, Josh, and maybe captain Saka. I think that looks good. Hey, SA, which one to bench? Paqueta, Bruno, Semenyo, or Strand Larsen? Maybe Paqueta. I'm just saying what I would do. So here is our AI price prediction, points prediction. So Sanchez 5 points, Van Dijk 6 points. Yeah, that's a bit okay. It's very optimistic here. Richards 4 points, basic, clean. It doesn't have any clue about the points. Salah 7 times 2, Palmer 8. It's really optimistic. How do you get 4 points in defense? Then you need a clean sheet. I guess you can get 2 plus 2 DEFCON. And it says Porro won't start versus City. So this is just waste. There's no point in asking about this. This was pretty funny. 5 points. Assist or goal potential. So no one is gonna blank. Yeah, this is no point in doing this. Okay, 1 minute. Check your teams. Yeah. Richards, Tarkovsky, Van Dijk, Sanchez. Should be good. And interesting. Selling Wirtz after their 1 game week. I could see Bowen, but Wirtz selling him after 1 game week, that's pretty strange. Why did you buy him then? FF Scout game week 2 picks. Refs, Kovacs, Gabriel, Senesi, Salah, Saka, Semenyo, Rangers, Thiago, Gyökeres, Watkins. Richards, Dorgu, Weaver. Dorgu, I think he could be a good wingback for United. To be honest. But yeah, that's probably the deadline, right? So it's gonna be interesting Premier League weekend. I guess let's see. We have 1 more game week before the international break. That's next weekend. It's always a bit over. It's not exactly. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and wish you all a good weekend. Good luck with your teams, and keep watching the channel. The support has been great. Locked in, says Frazzle, Captain Haaland. I like it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Spurs versus City tomorrow. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, like I said, thank you for tuning in, and have good luck. good luck this weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back probably like Monday or Tuesday with the Game Week 1 update. So hopefully I'll see you then there again there. And yeah, take care.